3-2 Wildcats here in the first set. It'll be St. Peter's back on serve. Elena Billhartz with it, a senior from Round Rock, Texas. So no, they give it up to one of the liberos, Alicia Valladares. Easy. Turning if UNH, and that one is put away with ease. Lucy Shertock with the slam. Whoa. That had some heat behind it.
Right in front of us at the table, and I mean, that ball popped off her arm.
What's the exit velocity on that one?
High.
4-2 Wildcats.
Maybe not Skeens totally high, but it's up there.
Avery Laporte with a service winner as that return was off of the side of the wrist of Addison Maglio, and New Hampshire's up 5-2.
Now this is where UNH wants to be, trying to build a cushion early. We saw this sort of build up last night against Holy Cross. The service pressure got better sort of with each successive set.
Or a senior from Tennessee, the most outstanding player in the America East tournament last year. New Hampshire with another chance on the far side, but it's dug out by St. Peter's. They'll have an opportunity. A back set goes over to Gonzalez Acevedo, but now here's New Hampshire again. That's another winner for Shertock. This one off of the arm of St. Peter's, and the Wildcats have put up 6 out of 7 points to take a 6-2 lead.
Is there one of these jerseys? How impressive Shertock has been out of the gate. Just tremendously physical hitter up front.
No.
We saw the power on the first put away ball. This time, again, just so strong to tool the block there, even on a tight set.
Some different lineups together.
Dude,
sometimes
missed it.
The star, it's Greer with another one.
It was
This is actually something we did not see much of from UNH last night, but it's a staple of their offense.
It was Lucy. He
the
said Greer.
The outside. So Greer goes to the outside, runs a fake, and it's actually Shertock coming through the middle that time. And again, so much room to blast away.
So Shertock, again, one of those twin towers in the middle, coming up with the winner. And it's 9-3 as Ellery Singleton prepares to serve.
It was on the video, Mom.
Tap over at 2. UNH with a chance. Shertock, sure thing. 2 in a row for the freshman from California.
Oh, she was very solid last night, 7 kills. The hitting percentage was pretty good. Right now, she's 4 for 4. 4 swings, 4 points. Doesn't get better. It's one of those Shertock trying to swing through a tough set right there. It's always tough when that ball's coming from directly behind you. Just want to look for those hands and try to get a good deflection.
Chance over on the far end. Now back over to St. Peter's side. A back set. They just have to send it over. Here's a chance now. Shertock makes up for it there, and UNH now has set point.
Again, there's that pop off that right arm. Just a really powerful hitter. Great set. Window between the block and the antenna. Shertock goes right through it.
5th kill of the first set, and UNH has 14 chances to put this one away, and it will be Laporte with the ball in her hand, and she puts it away with an ace.
Able to run your offense effectively, and we saw it time and time again. UNH put St. Peter's off balance with the serve. A lot of swings coming well off the net, even a lot behind the 10-foot line. So for St. Peter's, if they can get their passing on point, they're going to find themselves, I think, in a more competitive set here.
And New Hampshire has been aggressive throughout this matchup. A .524 hit percentage. Just to give a little bit of perspective, last season, New Hampshire was 2nd in America East at 22.2. The leader in the nation in hit percentage was Pittsburgh at .332, and if you're above .25, you're an elite program in that regard. So 524 is incredible.
Yeah, whenever you're hitting over 500, you're hitting off the charts basically.
Where the officials are situated, sometimes they're in between us and the action. So
yeah, you don't get a lot of leeway on that last ball.
Said she only took one and
that serve receive just came up too long. It got back over the net, and that was a layup for Rachel Greer, and she gives New Hampshire a 7-5 lead.
Exact right thing. Just tap that ball straight down. Don't give anyone a chance to pick it up.
And that's another one where the serve got in so deep they had to try to get the reception as we get a service error there. So that one off of Shertock was wide of the mark. So again, Fargus gets it into Shertock. A little bit too deep. Singleton had to dig it out. Corinther brings it over. Here comes St. Peter's again. A wide return. Shertock takes a point there. She stepped into that one and she ties the score at 9.
I wanted to get out of that rotation. This time, better timing on the
Good set.
middle ball in the back row. Be able to drive it through the window of the block. And just using that powerful swing to her advantage. Her swing, give her a boost. She's about to go serve.
UNH trying to tie the game here in the second set. Hunt with a high dig there. That is a chance for Shertock. St. Peter's keeps it alive. Back row spike attempt is out of bounds, and we're tied at 13.
Again, another great look at the power from Shertock. Was blasting through the block that time, and just a tough bounce off the net made it playable.
So back and forth we go. Several ties, several lead changes here in set number 2. That serve ticks off the net and falls in. So Dylan Hunt gets the friendly bounce off the tape, and UNH is back in front. Trying again. That one a little bit over the net. Comes in towards New Hampshire's side, and that was a nice little change up over the net to tie the game again.
That's exactly what you want to do with the tip in that spot. You want to get it right over the block, and so it lands in right behind them.
Benitez Dumang, who's had a couple. Rodriguez Mendez with the serve. Bit of miscommunication there, but it still winds up in Shertock getting an attempt to get over, and the block goes back over the net and out of bounds. So we're tied again.
She must have 10. 10 kills.
Must be nice to have that kind of strength. It fixes a lot of things, right? When you can just see the court, hammer away at the ball, and trust that it's all going to work out.
Sometimes the best pitch is just your fastball, and she brought it there, and she got it down, tied at 15. It's been an up and down match so far for Shertock, but she got it there. There's another tap attempt. That one dug out. Shertock gets another one.
That's a great decision. Unintentional, certainly, but Shadows, this is almost like a play you see on the beach, right? First player gets down, pops it up, over on 2.
Yep.
You don't allow the defense to get set, and I love that decision.
We saw that a couple of times in the first game with Northeastern. They had a player, Gabby Reeds. We'll look for that. She'll go just a surprise kill attempt on 2 as we get another one here for UNH. That time it's Greer with the winner. And maybe now we're starting to see UNH get back in gear as they're up 17-15. They scored 3 and 4 in a row.
An animal outside, and like it was in the bushes, but it was like
this set spearheaded again by the
in the bushes.
tremendous couple good serves again going at Shertock. Couple unforced errors by the Wildcats as well.
Katie Smith on serve, gets it in. Dylan Hunt has to dive for it. Shertock will try again, and she's rejected.
That's a big statement block right there by St. Peter's. Huge momentum boost. Morero, the set and the swing before you make the pass, because right now you have to know that the other team's targeting you, and you got to just sort of stay within yourself and make the play that you know you can make.
And Shertock has 9 kills today. Her hit rate is at 40%, so the raw numbers are pretty good there. But as we've been mentioning throughout this game, is that St. Peter's has been able to attack her on the serve to where it doesn't necessarily amount to an error, but it does lead to points for the Peacocks. It's been working. And this is a case where clearly Coach Feliciano is letting her work through the struggles.
Absolutely, and sometimes you have to do that, especially with a young player. You talk about the numbers where they are overall, but remember that first set she had 6 kills, no errors.
Right.
So second set, much different story, 3 kills, 3 errors. Obviously the block there was the third. So coming back down to earth a little bit, that will happen sometimes.
Still anybody's game here in set number 2. St. Peter's leading at 20-17 as it's Andrea Rodriguez back on serve. Holmbaum has to just send it over with 2 hands. Here's a chance for Pagan Munoz. It's sent back. Pagan
Okay,
Munoz
run it.
gives it back over. Here's a chance. Shertock again, and there it is. booster, and it brings UNH back to within 2.
But again, I love the call. Diagnose play off the free ball. And you're going to see the window Shertock had to hit through. She knew exactly where she was going with that one.
So Shertock now in double figures with 10 kills. 24 for the game for UNH. Average 12 kills per set a year ago. There's a high, deep dig out by Cologne. You just have to send it over. This will give UNH another chance. That is Krindler, and Krindler gets it done. UNH now with a chance to tie. 2020. Singleton now with 9 assists to lead everybody today. Gets a deep serve, and Pagan Munoz with the receive, and it's sent back as that was Greer. Getting her big frame away and gives UNH back the lead.
She was pumped up after this one. A big stop says you're not getting that through me.
4 in a row for the Wildcats. They're up 21-20. As it's Singleton again. Gets that one low over the net. Here's a chance, and an equalizer. That was Marrero George. Got the deflection, and we're tied at 21.
Great swing down the line here.
Wow, she's swinging
It's
sorry.
a little bit of a window between the blockers, and Hunt maybe sort of caught in between. Couldn't quite get
Very hard.
it there.
It's just such a difference when you're able to step into something like that. As the serve goes into Shertock again, she'll try for the kill, and she gets that one as the block goes into the basketball way up over the stands. And UNH regains the lead, and it's Shertock now on serve.
And a great job just again to track that ball. It's
Take it
not
home,
an
man.
easy set. That ball coming from directly behind you. It's very difficult to time up. She's made it look easy.
Shertock gets it over. Over on the far end, Marrero George again.
Yeah.
Peters had it blocked, and they can't keep it alive. And just like
That was a
that,
huge point
UNH
out
is 2 points away from the sack.
Well, this was close. I would consider a challenge here if I'm Fernando Colon. Looked like Millie Grove might have gotten a piece of the net. Could see a little bit of movement.
There, got another one on that one. She has 11 kills so far today. Has provided a big spark, and
Second set, if you feel like you're in good shape going at Shertock when she's back there passing, continue to do it.
she gets it with the overhand that sets up Hohenbaum, but it's sent right back her way, and it's 2-0.
And again,
Going
that's
after
another
it.
play where the serve.
That's what UNH would love to get back to, using Shertock, Greer, Hohenbaum, Breton, all players over 6 feet, trying to assert their will at the net. So we get Ava Lepore back on
There's a
serve.
pass.
Got Munoz will try again. Dug out. So Shertock has it sent back, has to just fire it back over the net. This time she gets set up, steps into it. Hits it into the back line, and St. Peter's can't get to it.
Very mature play here by Shertock. First ball, maybe not perfect. Comes off the block right back to her. So she just resets things.
She couldn't really step into it, but that forced her to go straight up with it, and it kept her on balance, and she got a good swipe at it, and it produced a kill. UNH up 5-3, and there's a block right up front by Greer. There's that 6-4 frame right
down
up the net,
5-3.
and it's 5-4. UNH will try to tie it.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for St. Peter's to attack. You know, usually you like middle one-on-one because it's going to lead to a high percentage. But you've got 5'10" and Carolina Rodriguez-Mendez going up against 6'4" Rachel Greer. That is a mismatch in UNH's favor.
Here's a chance for Benitez Dumang, sent right back. She'll try it again. Second time is dug out by Lepore on the far side. That one is good.
Yes.
Give it to
Yeah.
Hohenbaum, and we're tied at 5.
No block at
Good to
all.
get her more involved. She's been kind of quiet so far for UNH. And a good job by Shadows moving things around there. And a nice save by Lepore right up front.
Hohenbaum was in the top 10 in America East in kills per set, blocks per set, points per set, and hit percentage. So a very good two-way player.
Oh, God.
Shertock has that sent right back. This time it's Greer with it. It's deflected to the net, dug out by Fargus. Now here's a chance for Benitez to Meng. UNH gets it.
Here's that block.
Rachel.
UNH has the front of the net rolling now.
What time is it
They
now?
only had 4 blocks over the first 2 sets. They've already got 3 here in the third set. First 11 points.
Shertock and Greer both
Nice.
there. There's a change-up serve. It gets over. St. Peter's just has to tap it over. They found a soft spot before dove for it. Shertock with the hammer has a block, but out.
Tooled him.
Wildcats have scored 6 in a row to take a 7-5 lead here in set number 3.
Right now, Shertock might be closing in on a 20-kill pace.
They already got 13 here early in the third
That's
set.
what I'm saying. By losing
Typically
that
with a
set,
two-center
you're gonna
offense, you know, the ball is pretty widely distributed. Usually don't see a hitter get up to 20
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you're talking about a
That was in.
5-7.
That serve goes long. So Lepore with her first service error.
100% swing on every ball.
This one just over the net. Barely dug out. Shertock with a deep send back. It gives St. Peters another chance. Pagan Munoz gets it over. Now over on the far side.
Yeah.
Puts that one in as it was.
Had to charge hard and just sort of fight that one off, but figured out a way to make it work.
Shertock now on serve. Gets to the back line. They'll set up Pagan Munoz. It's sent back. This one's sent over in 2, and it's an illegal touch.
Back row attack.
Back row attack.
It was a center dump by
She's
Rodriguez
too
there.
high.
She can't.
I think she got
Her hands
above
can't be over the
him.
net. I think. Or they
You're
can't
in
go
the back row as a center. You can do that center
You
dump,
can
but you have
jump,
to
but
make
your
sure you
hands
stay
can't be
below
over
the
the
net
net, so
line.
you have to be pretty short.
Seems hard to do at 5-7, but that was the call there. UNH a chance to tie.
Yes.
And they get it done. That was Krindler. And it's 11 up.
And it's
Shertock with back-to-back points on serve, and New Hampshire will try to regain the lead here in set number 3. Trying to get some of the momentum back that we saw in the first set. Pagan Munoz
Out. Yes.
off of the antenna there, so give New Hampshire the
How many is
lead.
that for Lou? 4 or 3?
3.
We're down
Shertock
2.
finding her way on serve here, has 13 kills, also 3 digs.
Are you recording?
Gets her 4th dig there. Here's a setup over to the far side, but Krindler was out of position, just has to bat it over. It gives St. Peter's a free ball. Pagan Munoz puts it into Greer's arms, and that is not a good way to live.
Just go to Rachel.
Greer got
It's
it down
4-6.
there as we get a timeout called just before the automatic, as New Hampshire has taken a 13-11 lead here in set number 3 as they try to bounce back after St. Peter's tied things up in set number 2. New Hampshire
These are
champions trying to start their year 2-0 as they get ready for another one later on tonight. Here's a two-handed send over by St. Peter's that gives Greer a chance, but her tap is deflected back. Shertock will try to go with a deep send over, but it's dug out. St. Peter's with a chance. Pagan Munoz can't keep it in.
yes.
And New Hampshire's up 3.
we
That's
saw
5
that
stars for
timeout
Lou.
moments ago from Fernando
Yeah.
Colon, and I think we're
Maybe
starting to see
you
a
should
few
go.
unforced errors creeping into the Peacocks game. We see some of these sets a little bit offline, some of the swings into the
It's a-
antenna, into the net, out of play.
Pagan Munoz will try again. This time she gets it done.
Better that time, certainly from Pagan Munoz. Now, part of those mishits due to the UNH block, trying to go over it, around it. This time, Pagan Munoz just says heck with it.
She's a
I'm
good
going
little
through
player,
it.
but she's this small.
Got it by the outstretched
You're trying
arm
to
of
hit
Xavier
against
Lepore, and
Yeah.
she brings St. Peter's back to within 2 at 14-12. So beyond serve now. It's taken away.
Nice,
And
Rachel.
it is a winner there by Greer.
Nice set.
And 15-12.
Felt like that was sort of the missing ingredient for UNH in that second set. Obviously, a big part of it comes with the
Nice set. You see
difficulties
that?
in serve receive.
She's all sideways and backwards.
But UNH is at their best when they can activate their middles. And in order to do that, you got to have good passing.
St. Peter's was out of position on that one. The kill attempt by Gonzalez Acevedo was blocked by Krindler. And New Hampshire has started to Can UNH make an adjustment that will allow them to leave Shertalk on the floor but reduce the ability for St. Peter's to attack her on serve?
Talking openly about how
Well,
bad
the answer is yes and no. You can do different things. You can shuffle the formation to give her less responsibility, but ultimately, I think, Shertalk's capable. She can make those passes, and just has to sort of, again, work her way through it.
Free ball for St. Peter's. It's over on the far end. UNH keeping it alive. Lepore can't keep it in play. Shertalk tried her best, but it's out of bounds, and St. Peter's is struck first again. They scored the first point in every set.
Yeah, really good first touch by Shadows. I think made it fairly playable for Lepore. Just maybe tried to do a little too much with that second ball and ended up putting it out of the reach of Shertalk.
See, Barbara Zareva coming in for her first action here at the start of the fourth set with St. Peter's striking first. Zareva, that's why she's in.
Nice.
Spark plug off the bench.
That
Ties
was
the
awesome.
score.
There you go, right on cue. She made an instant impact last night in sort of brief action against Holy Cross. Had a quick block, and here gets a set, a quick kill for the freshman from Russia.
Shertalk pounding that ball onto the floor. Coming up with a serve.
Whoa.
Looked like an ace, but St. Peter's just able to get it back. Here's a chance for Dylan Hunt, and it's sent back her way, and St. Peter's is back on top. That was Benitez Dumeng again.
A big block there by St. Peter's. When their blocking is in gear, then they're playing some of their best. Great job with the penetration by Benitez Dumeng. We saw. So it does take away a little bit of what you can do offensively. You have to usually involve the back row a little bit more.
Pagan Munoz with the deep send in. It's dug out by Lepore.
Whoa.
Far side, Shertalk.
Yes.
A dig by Pagan Munoz. And send over. That was Katie Smith with the dig. Shertalk will have a deep
Yes.
send. It is
Oh.
off of the arm of Rodriguez and out the back. So the Wildcats are now up 10-7.
And so what UNH has done with this adjustment now, so you have Shadows in the front row, but look who they've paired her with. Greer
Mom,
and
the
Shertalk.
Bobcat was a
So in those emergency situations, she's going to do what you just saw. Just send the ball out to Shertalk and let her blast.
Tap over by Gonzalez Acevedo got the job done, and St. Peter stops the rally.
And that's how you sort of try to adjust to the one center offense, is you put sort of your best overall hitter on the outside, because ultimately that hitter is going to get fed the ball a ton. Anything that's not a perfect pass, almost by default, has to go to that hitter.
This time for real. Torres gets it deep to Hunt. Shertalk will have a chance.
Yeah!
Puts it
That was a
And that's
bomb.
another perfect example, right? It's not a great pass. Shadows has to come from underneath, but what do? You know exactly where the set's going. It has to go out to Shertalk sort of by default. But again,
Junior
a player
Fuego
with Puerto
Jersey.
Rican ties played some club ball down there.
Transfer from Long Island. Biology major. Interested in dental school after that. Shertalk rejected, has to get it back on the tap. Back over to St. Peter's side. Gonzalez Acevedo will try again. It was deflected to the net. Hunt with the deep set. Shertalk will try to lob it over. Almost finds a spot inside the middle. Now it's Gonzalez Acevedo. Two hands it back over. Shertalk. Back over to Shadows. Shertalk again. Kept alive. Zareva with the send back. St. Peter's will try one more time. Gonzalez Acevedo to Hunt.
Go.
Here comes Shadows. Shertalk taps it over.
Yeah.
Deflected.
There we go. Wolf and F.
There we go. Point there.
I wonder if St. Peter's might challenge this. They thought Shertalk carried it
No.
on the second ball over from UNH. Was a little bit of a tip. Good push here by
No,
Shertalk.
that's not a carry at all.
Deep line.
Boy, it looked like her hand adjusted, so there might have been.
That one was clean. It was earlier in
It
the
was not
rally.
that play.
She came from underneath, but it looked like she got it with the back of her hand.
Good dig there by Shertalk. Now it comes back over to Krindler. Deep into the St. Peter's side. Pagan Munoz gets it to Lepore, whose
Whoa.
dig goes back over the net. Here's a chance for Gonzalez
Yeah,
Acevedo.
yeah.
Shertalk with the set. A deep send in by Hunt. Back over. Benitez Dumeng.
Yes. Yes.
Go.
Just wasn't ready for that set. It was a little low trajectory-wise. Defense come back for UNH. Lepore
a
getting
weird
low.
play.
Shertalk with a couple nice digs. It's something she's going to be ready for on those tips.
Shadows up 3.
Yes.
Ace. Off of the arm of Gonzalez Acevedo when it's 14-10.
This is where UNH wants to push.
Stretch it out. Come on.
Out before
You got to help out your coach there too and say, yeah, I did get a piece. Because you know.
St. Peter's trying to come back and to get the point there. Brings it back to within 4. Big point there by Gonzalez Acevedo, who now is back to serve.
Her first name?
Fergus, the assist. That's number 24 today. Brindler gets it right back. 16-11. This is the best
Run
stretch
X.
we've seen UNH play, and really since the first set.
And again, this is getting back to, running some of those hitter switches. Putting it all the way out to the antenna. Allowing Greer to get that redirect off the block.
Dylan Hunt to serve. Gets it down. Out of position again. St. Peter's will try to get something here. Here comes a chance for Hunt. Right up the middle. Dug out. To the near side. Gonzalez Acevedo. Tipped
Yeah.
the net. Great take by Smith. They keep it
There we
alive.
go.
Smith gets it back over. That was a great play there by UNH. to
Stop.
save the point. And now a dig by Laporte. This will give UNH a chance. It's Greer at
spot.
top.
Good spot, Rachel.
What a heady play. Finding the open space. But what about the effort from Katie Smith? 5'2", had to use every inch of it to get to that ball. Full extension from the defensive specialist. And there are moments, Chris Feliciano, you have to bring in those extra passers, and he's used Bryce Keskin and Katie Smith a little bit more extensively today. And
Departure
6-7.
that's materialized, but it's stabilized a little bit in the fourth set as we get a block right in the net by Greer. That's 6'4". You can't teach height.
Absolutely. 6'4", and does a great job getting out to close it off with Shertalk there.
22-14. Dylan Hunt with a deep serve, too deep. Missed by about a foot, and St. Peter stays alive here as they need to make a run here to try to get back in this fourth set. Valeria Torres back on serve. Jumps into one. Smith with the receive. Greer will try again. Puts it home. Got that one in front of Pagan Munoz, and Greer has found another gear here late in the fourth set. She brings her aggressive one. Set right near the net. Here is Gonzalez Acevedo. Shertalk will put it in. And it's a set point for the Wildcats. 24-15. And UNH is on the doorstep of sending this one to set number 5.
I think they got this one.
Greer will try to end set number 4. Just gets it off the net. It ticks off the tape. Back comes St. Peter's. Hunt with the dig. Shadows to Shertalk. Dug out by Rodriguez. Pagan Munoz, dug by Greer. Here comes Shadows. Shertalk taps it over.
Dude.
Blocked.
Now it's all
Sent back. Shadows again. Now Hunt.
Yeah, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan.
Great job by Hunt. Just took something a little bit off of that into the way. Usually you figure you go against the grain into the open part of the court, but she finds that tight seam on the near sideline.
6'4" Wildcats. Dylan Hunt to serve. Coming
Yes.
back over. A block by Greer.
Woohoo!
A little bit of a dome shot here. Right off the back of the head of one of the St. Peter's players. Rachel Greer establishing her dominance again.
UNH trying to create some distance here in the fifth set. Up by 3. Pagan Munoz with the serve receive. Comes up with the launch attempt and it goes
4.
wide.
Thank you.
We're up 4
Put it up.
in the fifth set.
8-4.
Ball came back over. Shertalk
She's
able
trying
to
to muscle
power
it, though.
through.
Yeah, that stayed on the Peacock's end of the net. So
Wow.
Face tip.
Wildcat the match. And
And
for her first action today,
Jelly's-
Jannalise Perez, freshman from Orlando. Again, the first-year players seeing their first action in a huge spot today.
the serving specialist.
Short time.
Woo!
There's the hammer.
Done for
Short
nine.
talk with their 19th kill of the day.
19
Makes
there.
it 11-5.
One more.
I'm going to venture to guess she's going to have a shot at 20 at least.
Down the doorstep. 40 attempts. So
has that double-double.
Yep.
Double-digit kills each of her first 2 matches. You can expect that on a pretty regular basis, I would say, from her this year.
down 12-7. Cologne back on serve. Gets it over. Now a chance and a hit over in 2. That was Shadows with it. Shadows now with the set. Sure enough.
What?
Dug out.
Sure not.
A chance now. Gonzalez Acevedo. Out of bounds and give it to St.
Sure
Peters.
enough.
Yeah,
After all that.
a missed opportunity there after the good tip by Shadows. That ball was on top of the net.
Getting too close for me.
Popped it right back down. Instead, elected to try to play it out on her side.
I'm gonna go see the
Peters able to win
mountain.
the rally.
It's not
Wait,
mountain
we're not
line.
done yet. Here's a chance. Shadows. Sure talk. Yes, sir.
20.
There's number 20, and it's 13-8. UNH now 2 points away from a win.
And now this is where they want to be in rotation as well, with Shadows serving 3 hitters up front. And
Another
Sure
time.
Talk and Krindler, 2 of your more reliable hitters.
Lucy is on.
Ball never
She's gonna get the
served
match
out.
winner right here.
Never missed the serve. Set point or match point.
Alondra Vargas will serve it in. Dug by Hunt. Shadows. Sure talk. Get it
Yeah.
over.
Blackjack, 21.
21 kills in her second match
Lucy
ever.
Sure talk was targeted for most of the game, and it's perhaps fitting that she comes up with the exclamation point. Her 21st kill of the afternoon puts this one away as UNH wins it in 5 sets. 25-10, 23-25, 21-25, 25-15, and then 15-9 in the 5th and deciding set. So, more of a struggle again for UNH than maybe they anticipated. Dropping sets number 2 and 3, but coming up with a big response and decisive wins in the 4th and 5th to go to 2-0 on the year, and they'll have a couple hours to recharge and get ready for Northeastern.
Yeah, recovery's going to be huge. You know, they're going to be up against a big test in Northeastern. I think that was the one, certainly, that everybody would have had circled on the weekend coming in. Team out of the CAA, which is always a solid conference. But can't say enough about, you know, the distribution of Shadows being called upon in a different role. Huge performance by her in the 4th and 5th. And then the key swingers for UNH. Krindler, Greer, you know how they get it done. But Sure Talk continues to impress in her first season.
The Holly Young Invitational continues with Holy Cross and St. Peter's at 4 o'clock. We'll be back with you tonight at 7 when UNH takes on Northeastern. 2 teams with 2 wins already this weekend here in Durham. For our ESPN Plus team alongside Ben Alsher, I'm Brett Bossy saying goodbye from Lundholm Gym in Durham, New Hampshire as the Wildcats get a 5-set win over St. Peter's. We'll be back with you tonight at 7 o'clock. Until then, have a very pleasant